All right, let's take a look at the individual stats for week 7, going into week 7 in season 8 for the CSFL. I'm your host, D Saint. Just so you know, man, what a great season it's been so far. Um, a lot of really good teams really going at it, and it's really cool to see some teams that, like the Dragons and the Gators, who really been struggling in the last few seasons, get these great draft picks and see them really blossoming now. Serge Robertson, the Monsters quarterback, steps in and goes 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in 2 games, and actually has the highest quarterback rating in the regular season. Um, Absolutely phenomenal performance. 6'5" Serge Robertson is really a monster, and he just happens to be a rookie. Pat Hall, 2-year pro, 146 quarterback rating, 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Absolutely phenomenal performance by Pat Hall. The Wildcats got a quarterback in DeForest Hightower, and that really lit a fire under Pat Hall. Alonzo Atkins, 16-1, leading the way for the Rhinos, just absolutely crushing it over there with their amazing wide receiving core, who actually just got a new wide receiver coming in for the first time ever in week 7 with Seth Spence. So that's really cool to see. Corey Moore playing really well, even though the Vipers are 3-3. He's been playing really well. It ain't because of Corey Moore, clearly. 14-2, 1,500 yards, 132 quarterback rating. And then Eric Watson. Super excited about Eric Watson. 13-year pro, the Season 3 champion for the Demons. Now plays for the Dragons, and he is 13-1, 1,600 yards, and actually has a better quarterback rating, more yards and touchdowns, and less interceptions than the starting Demons as of right now. So that's really funny and really cool to see. Really excited about Eric Watson killing it with the Dragons. The Dragons have a phenomenal team, and I really felt like it was the quarterback holding them back. And now Eric Watson steps into the cockpit with a fully loaded arsenal, or a fully loaded, team behind him, lots of weapons, and yeah, super excited about the Dragons. Eric Bell playing phenomenal as well. 12-4, 1,300 yards, with 119 quarterback rating. Jeannie Ingram, 15 for 5. And Jay Ballmer playing phenomenal. Tons of yards, tons of touchdowns. His team has been struggling, but he's been playing phenomenal, showing in and out every week. So I'm super excited. Been fun to watch, actually. Jay Ballmer's been really fun to watch. Bradley McNamara, 14-4. Benjamin Harris, 10-6. So let's flip it the other way now, and let's see who has the least amount. So 4-2 for the Tigers quarterback Sherrod Sanders. Sherrod Sanders. 5-7 for John Jordan, and I can see why the Monsters benched him. Excuse me. Serge Robertson comes in and lights it up. Look at that, man. So I believe this was in a 4-game span, and this is in a 2-game span, if I'm correct. Ismail Pitts, who's been sacked 23 times, I believe it is. 23 times. Crazy. Is 6-7. Eric Reeves, Brian Miller, William Taylor, Benjamin Harris among the quarterbacks that have been doing good but still struggling. Let's take a look at the... let me switch it here. Running backs. I'm trying to do this relatively fast, so it's not a crazy long video. Bryce Locker leading the way. Mike Davis, Chris Matthews for the Scorpions, Travis Stovall for the Dragons, and Rico Bennett for the Gators, all leading the way in rushing yards. Bryce Locker also is leading the league in rushing touchdowns. Mike Davis is right behind him in yards and touchdowns. Travis Stovall, Nick Moon, and Cedric Burley. These two guys right here, Nick Moon and Cedric, have been playing phenomenal for their two teams. Super excited about Nick Moon, honestly. He's super fast and plays really well. And I'm really excited to see the Tigers get a good draft and get some really good players around Nick Moon, because he's really young and talented player they got there. Travis Stovall's got the most attempts, average per carry. Thomas Brown, 8.1 yards, 30 attempts, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, and then we'll go take a look at receivers and defense real quick, and then we'll call it a video. Darius Henson, 33 catches. Jackie Wilson, J.T. Bird, and Todd Kidd and Seth White for the receivers, leading the way in catches. Randy Dorsey for the Rhinos leads the league in receiving yards, 734. Darius Henson has 682 for the Gators. Jackie Wilson for the Scorpions. Todd Kidd for the Dragons, and Chauncey Preston for the Piranhas. Randy Dorsey also has the most touchdowns with 11. So the Rhinos running back and the Rhinos wide receiver both have the most touchdowns in their respective categories. Dave Rogers, 9 touchdowns. 6'4", 236-pound Super Dave Rogers. Jackie Wilson, the absolute legend as well, 7 touchdowns. And Lewis Sherman, look at this, the young rookie for the Scorpions, lighting it up. I believe he had 3 touchdowns in one game though, but still, absolutely impressive for the young rookie. He's definitely a home run pick for sure. And then Brian Jones for the Scorpions, or for the Cobras. Sorry, the Cobras. The Cobras. Okay, and then we'll go look at the defense. Jason Smith, the rookie middle linebacker for the Piranhas. Glenn Anderson, the middle linebacker for the Wildcats. Todd Young for the Cobras, middle linebacker again. 4 middle linebackers so far in the top 4. Chris Charlie, rookie middle linebacker for the Werewolves, and a 5th middle linebacker with Irv Orlando, the Beast, from the Rhinos. Tackle for loss, 7-7, both Piranhas. David Minucci and Jason Smith, the rookie, among others. Then sacks, we got James Walker, the rookie outside linebacker for the Tigers. Brian Olsen, Rob Henderson, and Justin Mayer from the Cobras, or from the Scorpions, sorry, all have 5 sacks. So 6'5", 272-pound, 2-year pro. This monster of a man. And 2 Blue Jays. So we'll see how the sack leads go as the season progresses. Hugh McDowell, 4 interceptions for the Vipers. Corey Galloway with 3 interceptions from the Bears. Pass deflections, 11-11 for Daniel Wheeler for the Wildcats and Dane Bowling. for the Monsters. And let's take a look at quite a few defensive touchdowns as well. Yeah, man. These stats are intriguing. Hope you enjoyed the video.